We're doing the water rocket launch, and now we have our water rocket launchers. This is a PVC launcher, and you can see it has a bike gauge there on there, the thing that puts your bike pump on. So you take your bike pump. Now you do actually need a gauge on here because you don't want to go over 60 or 80 pounds of pressure. The bottles will explode at 120 pounds of pressure, so don't go anywhere near there. Stay at 80 or less, and I usually go around 60 because if you go too high, you just kind of lose your rockets. It'll go into a tree, on a roof, fly away. There's also a lot of safety that you have to consider with kids. Make sure you're not doing it right next to a road like I am. Make sure you're in an open field. Make sure that the kids all know the safety rules. They have to stay 15 feet away. There's a string here that's 15 feet long, so they have to be as far away as the string stretches. Also too, when we launch the rocket, only the student who owns the rocket can go after the rocket. That's the recovery phase. When you recover the rocket, only one camper, the camper who made it, can go get it. If the rocket goes into a tree or goes into some place where they shouldn't go, just tell them to stop. So they don't run after it until you say you can go get it. Because it might go somewhere where they shouldn't go or try and climb a tree. Don't let them do that. If it does get caught in a tree, just say bye. See you later, rocket, and let them know that they could lose their rockets. It's part of launching. Alright, so the way it works is you take your pump, put it on the nozzle, lock it. Then you take your bottle. Now this bottle has been emptied, and this is the bottom. Make sure they never put anything around the bottom, or else you have to rip it off before you do it. This little plastic part right here is what's held onto by these zip ties right here. So you take your water. Now about 4 cups of water is a pretty good amount of water, and you can do different experiments with the campers to see which makes it fly better. So you can try more or less. A lot of campers will try filling the whole entire thing, which is kind of fun because it doesn't go anywhere. It just kind of shoots off the rocket launch and then falls to the ground. But it will fly without anything in it. It just doesn't fly as high. The water acts as like a cork where it holds all that pressure in, and then as it builds up pressure, it forces that water out because it's more dense, will launch the rocket into the air. So there you go, that's about 4 cups of water. That's about 1/3, a little bit more than 1/3 on here. So you take this and you actually lift this up and put it in your rocket so you don't lose a lot of water. Push it into the bottle until the zip ties are all the way around that little plastic bit, and then push this on there until it goes on. Now it might be difficult. There's actually a thicker part down here that stops the water from leaking out, so you have to push it down, make sure that gets on there, and then pull this up. Sometimes it's hard. There you go. Now you got it there. Now this string, this pink string is what they hold on to. So the camper that made the rocket, you actually keep the string there, have them hold on to the end of the string. Everybody's got to be behind that camper, and then we pump it up. Now, you can have campers stand here and pump it up, but after it gets around 20 pounds of pressure, it's really hard to push, so you're gonna have to take over after a little bit. So you can have a camper, they always want to pump it, so let them. But after a while, be like, okay, I got it. So you're looking at your gauge here. Right now it's at 10 pounds of pressure, so that's pounds per square inch. So as you build it up, you can see it. Now, you might actually start seeing water squirt out the bottom of your rocket. If that happens, pump faster, do a quick countdown and launch it. If the water goes completely out, it's not gonna launch very well. So make sure if you see water squirting out, you start to count down, even if you're not at 80 pounds, if you only get to like 60 or something like that, just launch it anyway. Okay, so we're gonna pump this up until we get to, now you can stop at 60, mainly because you're gonna be pumping up a lot of these. So if you have like 15 kids at a camp, you're gonna be doing a lot of pumping. So the other thing is, you'll have more than one of these launchers. So you can have a launcher set up, and then there's other launchers that have 2 rockets, so you can have one ready to go and another one. That would make it a little bit easier. If you have a parent there, because this is usually on Friday when the parents are invited to see the rocket launch, if there's a parent there that's able and willing, have them pump one while you pump another. That way you can get through the rocket launch a lot faster. Always have kids on deck, always have kids waiting. Always remember safety. If the kids are getting crazy, shut it down. If you see another kid run after a rocket, make sure they sit out. Know that safety comes first. All right, here we go. Now it's holding on to the pressure. I'm at about 50 pounds per square inch. There we go. Now we're at 60. That's where I like to stop. Now, if we're considering too, the wind. Think about which way the wind's gonna blow. Also think about the angle of our rocket launcher. Any angle, it's gonna go that way. If the wind is blowing, it's gonna go with the wind. So you might wanna angle it towards the wind if it's blowing, right? Remember, don't ever do it near a street. with your campers. All right, now we do the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now, when they pull it, sometimes it doesn't go. So also too, I'll step on this, so when they pull it, they don't yank it, it falls on its side and then shoots at somebody. I step on here so it doesn't fly away. Also, I usually hold on here. Sometimes you have to duct tape it, this little holder piece, this PVC that's on here, because it'll fall down. If it keeps falling down, masking tape or duct tape it, so that way it holds on to here. Because once it falls down, it's gonna launch. So, I usually hold it here, I have them pull it, and if the pulling doesn't work, I'll just pull it like this. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, go, go, go. There it is. And also too, you have here, when it comes back, you can say you caught a cloud. So if you look at it very closely, there's actually a bunch of condensation here. You have a cloud, so you can see the water vapor. So I tell the kids, you caught a cloud. When actually, of course, they didn't catch the cloud. And it was just the pressure was released so fast that it turned that water into water vapor. So you can see, it's another lesson there in chemistry. Yay! All right, that's how you launch a rocket.